On the night of February 27th, 2004, the Super Ferry 14 was sailing out of Manila Bay, and everyone was excited to get to their destination. But all of a sudden, things would never be the same again. Originally, the Super Ferry 14 was made as the White Sanpo 2 and was very popular with the line. Eventually, though, she was transferred over to the Philippines because for some reason Japanese ferries have a connection to Philippine ferries. I'm looking at you, Princess of the Stars. It was sold over to Super Ferry and renamed the Super Ferry 14. On February 27th, 2004, a man had jumped off while the ship was departing Manila. No one suspected anything, and everyone hoped that he got back onto the dock. Anyways, by night time, everyone was settling in when all of a sudden, an explosion rocked the entire ship. Immediately, it was engulfed in a fiery inferno, and the bridge was immediately disintegrated. However, the captain and most of the crew were able to get out. People began jumping into the frigid waters and taking life rafts. Immediately, 63 people were dead and a further 53 were injured. After over 3 hours of burning, everyone was off the ship, and whoever wasn't was accounted as dead. The fire kept on burning until finally the ferry capsized and settled at about 5 hours after the explosion. Many terrorist groups claimed they had bombed the Super Ferry 14, but 150 survivors said that an explosion took place around Bunk 51, and the captain testified the same, saying that the tourist section was engulfed in thick black smoke that smelled like gunpowder. After divers rightened the ferry about 5 months after it sank, they found evidence of a bomb blast. Renando Chen de Costa, I think that's how you say it, a Ranjay Settlement Movement member, confessed to planting a bomb triggered by a timing device. He had a ticket for Bunk 51 where the bomb was placed and disembarked before the ship's departure. The president of the Philippines announced on October 11th, 2004, the investigators had concluded that the ferry was blown up by the man they had suspected. He was put in jail for 14 years, and he said that he did it because the company that owned the ship didn't give him the $100 million in protection money that he demanded from them. In the end, the Super Ferry 14 was the worst terrorist attack at sea. Many changes were implemented, and the biggest one was that all Philippine ferries had to have stricter security. If anyone jumped off, then their cabin would be checked. In this channel, I always try to focus on what happened to the ship after it sank. So for those who want to know what happened after it was raised, well, very simple. It was towed away and scrapped. Sadly, over 100 people died that day, and this video is in tribute to them.